There we go. Now we can start. I had to move you to the other side of the screen.
Yeah, switcheroo.
Good evening, Thomas and friends. Got about 76, 75, 74. What's happening? Just kidding. It's going the wrong direction.
It's going the other way. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. How appropriate.
He's alive.
Yeah, I've slept so much, or tried to sleep so much, that I'm confused by where the sun is in the sky. And now a weekend better be coming soon, because I'm in need of one just to reset.
Well, given the last text, well, not the last text, because I did get one. Let's see, second to last text. The last text was, so we're still on for tonight, right?
What was the timestamp on that one? What was the timestamp?
So in your defense, that was 10 till the hour, because I had not arrived for sound check. I was not here. I was gone. And
he was making me sweat, which I have done countless times to him. So this is the first time I got the other side of that.
Yeah. So we usually hop online together about a half hour till ish. Ish is our trademark, to run down kind of what we want to talk about, but just kind of also we just really spend the majority just kind of catching up about the day and the week and sound check. And
a lot of times we don't do any of the stuff we're supposed to do, when we just talk instead.
And that's why we're late. We go, oh, we're supposed to go live, and then there we go. But this time, yeah, 10 till he had not heard from me yet, and that's because we had a visitor show up that I had to talk to, and then they asked about the podcast, and then as they were standing in the front door, they subscribed to Scott's channel.
And so we have a new viewer right now, right this very moment. Welcome. Yeah. welcome, friend of Thomas. It's good to have you.
Welcome, Randy. If you got to sneak away like you said you're going to try to do to listen to the show, and he pulled up the podcast, said if I can sneak away from the event that my wife and our neighbor's wife are heading to, with he and his wife out to, anyways. And then he asked another story that I said, well, that's like a 5-hour event if you want me to go through the details. And I told him, I said, I'm going live in about 11 minutes. And so anyways.
You can give the Cliff Notes version on the podcast.
I can't. Okay.
Kill two birds with one stone.
I can do that. And I'll wait. And then, so I run upstairs really fast, throw up the green screen, log into StreamYard. I check mod chat real fast, because sometimes there's something in there. And what I see from Scott is, I might need a fill-in partner tonight. Haven't heard from Thomas anywhere. So I was like, I'm here, I promise.
Oh, it was good. It's great. Welcome, Thomas. It's good to have you here. It's good to be here. Happy Friday Eve. It has been absolutely a crazy week with things that have been going on, happenings both in the world of true crime and just other things. I heard that is today National Ice Cream Day.
I don't know, but with the power of this and multiple screens,
I'm just saying that my son told my wife it was National Ice Cream Day while she was out shopping. So we ended up with a whole bunch of Fat Boys and Eskimo bars and things like that, because you have to celebrate that. It's mandatory. I think it's actually a citizenship requirement to maintain citizenship. So there went the diet for the day.
Do we rest in peace, diet? Do we want the truth to out your son, or are we just going to ride with this today?
We're just gonna roll with it. I think what was today. Let's see. This week, yesterday was. Well, we had Prime Days for Amazon.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about in just a second. Yesterday was National Hot Dog Day.
Yes. And did the internet run with memes with that one? But we'll leave that. We'll leave that at bay.
I will say that when it's national, we get serious as a people here in the United States about hot dogs, and we collectively last year consumed more than 896 million pounds of hot dogs. Now,
does that count like bratwurst and stuff, or just straight up hot dogs?
I'm thinking Frank's.
I would agree. It has to be in that category, right? Of the processed, chewed up, leftover meat that's on the floor that they put. Okay. Yeah.
Savings. I mean, I think where all this, we used to throw these scraps away. back in the day, you'd skin out whatever animal it was and get the good parts, and no one would have hot dogs because the hot dogs don't come from the good parts. But 896 million pounds. Put that in perspective with it weighs what, 30 times the weight of the Brooklyn Bridge. So that's
it's a lot of hot dogs.
It's a lot. I just did the math. It is a lot. I don't know where. I mean, imagine like every truck has hot dogs in it for Walmart. Every truck is sending hot dogs to Walmart every time it goes.
This is true.
I think my son single-handedly consumes enough for my family to keep us on par with the nation. But Prime Day, yeah.
How do you cook hot dogs? Because there's like 3 standard methods that people use. I'm curious. I will say our family goes over the top, but that's because we're hosting like neighbors and some friends for maybe a pool party. And so I take the route that's overkill for a hot dog, way overkill. But how do you cook yours?
There was a time that I used a Frenzel lens once, which is a large magnifying glass to use the power of the sun to cook it. A lot like little kids do with magnifying glasses and ants. If you've ever been there. So I've used that. No, my son does microwave. He knows exactly how many seconds to cook each one.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of fire. Fire cooks meat. That's been the case since cavemen first decided that things that ran around on 4 legs were good to chew on. So
I agree. So I like fire and or skillet, if whatever you have. And I take the knife and do the cross cuts on the dog. Like not quite halfway through, but all the slashes, diagonals on the dog on both sides.
So that it curls when you cook.
So it curls a little bit, but all those little diagonal slices kind of peel open, and just makes it seem not quite like a hot dog.
anything to take the image of a hot dog out of the picture. Yeah, when I cook it when I slice it, mine they swell up, and so they like curl like a potato chip, I guess. Tastes great though.
Hot dogs. Real quick mustard. Before we with mustard, careful, you end up in a true crime show.
We see what happened there.
Yeah. I want to give a quick shout out real fast. For those of that don't know, and I don't know if I can show it. I can't because I have too many screens going with tabs, but Ada K. Brown right now on her channel reached out today and said, hey, we'd like to share the stream and share it with the ASL community. So for any of you, or if you have any friends or family or anyone that is hard of hearing in any fashion and can benefit from ASL, Ada K on her channel right now, her and her friend, I don't have her name, I'm sorry. They are currently live time translating this stream into ASL, and it's awesome. I've got a tab up over here so I can see. Hi, Ada, I'm watching you. Watching you there. But she's got her stream going. So it's really, really cool. And what's neat to me is it comes full circle because I am in the language service business. That's my actual day job that I have and what I do. And by chance, here we are, we're connected in a different realm on something that's just fun and neat and reaching a completely different audience. So big shout out to Ada for offering this to that community because that is so cool.
Now we've gone into the inception where we have
oh my gosh.
Show within a show within a show. I have to remove this before it breaks my brain. I can't handle that much processing. Super excited though. I'm excited for what, not just that she's got translators for us to reach people who we couldn't reach before, but what she's doing to the LawTube community in general, addressing a demographic that really gets not a lot of love on the YouTube. So super excited about that. So thank you very much, Ada K. And your interpreter, I forget her name. Was it? I'm gonna guess Debbie. Debbie's a good name for an interpreter. She's going to be shaking her head. She's like, just a minute.
You're going to say no. But no, I agree. I think it's awesome. It's apples and oranges. But what it reminds me of when it comes to the ASL community, and we find things to relate to our own personal lives, right? And my situation is definitely there. We go.
So close.
There's always an aspect in certain areas of life that don't get enough attention or kind of get ignored. And that happened again. This is nowhere near the same relevance. It's not relevant podcast, right? In the hockey world, when you're growing up as a kid, if you're the goalie, there's no goalie coaching. There's no goalie teaching. The coaches teach the team their systems, their plays, their other skills and niches, and the goalies just sit over there. There's no attention. It doesn't happen. I'm so far removed. I'm sure it's changed, but that's the way it was. So if you grew up and kind of got to go places with it, it was just because you were naturally good at it. You had no instruction, no training, no help, no nothing. But there's an area in life, in every single industry area, that just doesn't get enough attention or support or just conversation about, I guess, if that's fair to say. So I think this is super, super cool.
I do as well. I'm excited, and thank you very much for doing it. And Thomas, thanks for facilitating that. Can we go back to Prime Day for a minute?
Yes, please. Did you buy anything?
I did. I thought I was being good. I was thinking, I'm not going to be one of the lemmings that runs out there like, oh, I have to buy it. It's on sale. I've got to get it today. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then as the afternoon wore on, and maybe I was a little sleepy as well, I thought, there is something. I just going to check the price. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to see if there's and 7 pages of scrolling later, looking at computer mice. I bought 2 computer mice, identical ones. They look like this. They're really cool, wireless. I was pretty sure they had like the internal battery, but these ones require AA batteries. So I bought the wrong ones.
Well, everyone needs 2.
Yeah. Well, I've got 4 now on my desk. So plus a trackpad. Well, 2 trackpads and 4 mice. But so I constantly am grabbing the wrong mouse here. But I was thinking, I was just thinking, they make a lot of money on Prime Days. And they do, because every other company you've ever done business with, anyone who's ever bought your email, sent you an email yesterday. They're like, hey, we're having a sale. It just so happens to coincide with the Amazon Prime Day sale, right? So it doesn't matter. B&H Photo, Sweetwater, my 2 companies I've spent way too much money with. Everybody, even if they're selling YouTube courses, they're like, we've got a 2-day sale going on. They just know that people get in the spending mood when it's Amazon Prime Days, and they want to cash in on that. So I thought that I was good and wasn't like jumping into like a lemming and following along. And then I did the math, and it breaks down like this. Breaks down like this. They estimate that Amazon Prime sold $7.2 billion worth of merchandise yesterday. That's with a B. That is mind-blowingly huge. So if everyone in the United States, and we have 333.3 million people in the United States. Thank you, Care Bear. If every man, woman, and child in the United States got on Amazon and made just one purchase to divide up that 7.2 billion, they would spend $21 each.
That means
how much I spent on my 2 mice. So I don't know what it is. It's I was one of the crowd. Did you get anything?
I have the answer to that, and I saw it in chat here. I might have let it scroll too far. I was going to click on it right here. I'm with Pammy.
Didn't even look.
Didn't even look. Nope.
To make up for it, I'll send you a link to the Screaming Goat, and you can get one of those. They're awesome.
It comes with a book, I see, as well. It comes with a book.
Yeah.
No, I skipped out. I just, there's nothing, there's a lot that I want, but nothing I need. And it just, this time of year, summertime's tough because there's vacations to be had and just other expenses. Our AC unit, you've been there, done that. We've put a million Band-Aids on that thing over the years. So any day now, it's just going to go kaplunk. And so we're going to have to replace it. Not just another fix. It'll be the end all be all. So I can't even buy, a couple packs of mice. I'm saving, I'm waiting. We're keeping it frugal over here for that. But no, man, I was this close. I did look. Pammy said she didn't look, but I did.
Tammy says she bought a computer, and I think she also got you that shirt. Is that? Is that what she sent you?
She did.
It says
So-
Not Relevant Podcast live.
Let me see.
Can you flex a little bit? See if it will just like. I don't want you to rip it, but just a little flex. Looks great. It's an awesome shirt.
Super excited, Tammy. Thank you so much. I got this one and a weather watch with my logo shirt on a different color, and it's awesome. So, Tammy, a huge thank you. I didn't ask for it at all. Tammy contacted me and said, "Hey, I do this, and it's for fun. I enjoy it." And grabbed my logo and grabbed this logo and snatched them up. And then I opened my mailbox yesterday, and bam, there's 2 new shirts, and I love it. I'm gonna
Tammy,
wear it every show.
we might need to talk to you about merchandise and making stuff for the channel. So hit me
yes.
up. We need to talk.
Yes.
Anyway, wonderful. That she sent me some shirts as well that I absolutely, and Mrs. RA as well. We both love them. They're really good. She does a good job. So no on the Amazon, no on the hot dogs. So that's 2 strikes. I'm hesitant to ask you if you did anything else. Did you want to go with something you did do or something that interested you this last week?
Nothing. It's just been a normal work week. Obviously following you in true crime. What's crazy about the true crime world right now is that there hasn't been a lot of big trials booming. I know the witchcraft one just kicked off, but kind of pre that, it's been a lot of motions filed type stuff behind the scenes. That's been bigger news than anything that can be watched.
The motions are all in motion. Judges getting recusing themselves.
Yeah.
Filings, jurors coming out with statements. It's been crazy. So much so that I'm so far behind in reading documents. I haven't even checked to see if Sarah Boone sent a letter, but I'm pretty sure that's probably come in as well.
It's probably there for sure. But so speaking of trials, this morning when you were showing what's been deemed for you as the mustard trial, there was an evidence photo, and it was a plastic jar of Skittles, like a plastic tub, screw on top that had official labels. You know, and as most know, at least where we're all familiar with, Skittles don't come in those plastic tubs with those official labels. And so I sent you a message and said, remember that for tonight's podcast, because it's so funny. An hour before you went live, I think I threw some stuff on our notepad, and one of them was 20 copycat snacks being investigated by the feds because they're containing THC in them. So they're marketing and labeling to mimic
our candy. So they're making candy and saying it's something else, or they're taking our candy and lacing it with THC. One of the two.
I don't know what's all in it, other than the one that caught my eye was this bag that looks like a bag you would get from Walmart or whatever. It's green. It's got some rainbow colors, and the font is similar, but they're called Slizzles instead of Skittles.
But it's very similar, like lawsuit close enough.
Yes.
Taste the colors of the rainbow instead of taste the rainbow.
Or see 50,000 colors of a rainbow once you have our Slizzles. I don't know, whatever the ammo is, but that's what's going on. So there's 20 products that they've taken that obviously they know the average consumer loves, and it's being taken, and they're marketing them to look just like that product, and with minute changes here and there. So that one is Slizzles, and it does say infused sour. It doesn't say infused with THC. And it's just
brownies were the original infused candy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's ready for the next one?
Yeah. This
one's actually pretty funny if you're into the thing. Trips Ahoy.
There's what Chips Ahoy was. There's a chip in every bite or something, wasn't there? Slogan. Now there's a high in every chip.
There's a rip in every. No, I'm just. Yeah, so it's very basic. So they do show the front of the packaging as well as the back. I could click on it and try to zoom in the ingredients because I've got the nutritional facts on there and everything else. The next one that looks like you know how they make the Reese's Pieces balls, not just the Reese's Pieces cups, but they also make like the balls in the bag. So it's
like a look-alike Whopper, but it's Reese's Pieces.
100%. Yep. Mm-hmm. So this one, they really reached out there and mixed it up. It's called chocolate balls, but it's orange bag with the yellow writing with the black outline. I mean, it looks just, if you were just walking by, you'd grab it.
Peanut butter flavored.
100%. Yes, exactly. Another is called Rainbow Rings, but it is Fruit Loops packaging with the parrot. That's
Toucan Sam
Toucan Sam
on the cover.
He's there promoting Rainbow Rings. I mean, it's
how there's going to be like a hearing in Congress, and they're going to call all these manufacturers up and like, now explain to me how you're not marketing this to children.
Exactly. It's the next one, Fruity Rocks. It's a mimic of Fruity Pebbles. The actual cereal shape of all the fruits and the colors is the exact same, and the packaging is the exact same, and the bunny is the same. It's just a different name. The fonts are the same. Let's see. I won't do all of them. We'll just get through. Gushers, popular. I loved Gushers when I was a kid.
It's like a fruit chew
with a weird mystery juice in it that it tasted
like
good.
Surprise.
But yeah, it's like don't ask questions. Type candy or snack. Slushers, same marketing, same font, same everything else. This one strikes me a chord with me because my daughter loves these Nerd Ropes. It's like a long, skinny piece of licorice that has nerd candies
stuck to it.
Yeah.
It's like you licked a popsicle stick or Twizzler and stuck it in Nerds, and they all stuck or something like that.
Totally, it's exactly what it's like. Perfect
packaging.
That's
how they make it. There's this guy in there licking all the candy and rolling it in the Nerds.
That's one way I can get her to quit. When I show her how they're made, we'll make a spoof video licking licorice, put them in Nerds, and put them in packaging.
We get sued over that.
Probably
by two companies, Nerds and this whatever one's making the THC version.
Yeah, for sure. Rainbow Ropes. Yep. Same package, same concept, same font, same everything. In fact, this one's so good. If I wasn't paying attention and we're on the shelf next to her, I'd probably just grab it, pick it up, and I'd take it home and I'd go, here you go, Elle.
You have the best day of work ever.
No. This is my daughter.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Scrolling down, there's another one. It says Nerds Rope. There's like 3 of them. There's Rope Dope.
Rope Dope. Dope on a rope with soap on it. Whoa. What's that?
Where's Toyo? He's coming in.
Yeah.
Nerds Rope. So it's another one. Double stuff Oreos. Everyone loves those. I
want to just go into a dispensary just to see it. I don't partake myself. I do know there's some people who've said that for certain illnesses, it's like life-saving, life-changing.
I've heard the same.
I think that's great. I think it's wonderful. Yeah. Some friends dealing with cancer, even the Attorney General back in, I think it was, I don't want to say a state because that might get me in trouble, but there was an Attorney General who was dealing with cancer and it was not legal in his state. So he went out of state to get THC. So because he's like, that's the only thing that helps with the pain. But interesting. I think these candies are not necessarily marketed for someone who's experiencing pain. It's more someone who's experiencing boredom.
Let's get it out there. Yeah.
Something like that.
100%. Because you've got double stuffed Oreos packaged beautifully. Double stuffed Stonios.
These all have nutritional information on them. They're like packaged, labeled properly. But this, you can't trust that nutritional information because anyone who's been around somebody who's had a little bit of THC knows that you can't just eat that. There's something else that follows. You get this insatiable hunger, that sort
100%.
of appetite that builds up. So I think that's false advertising to say, oh, there's only this many calories. It's like, yeah, but what do you need afterwards to wash it down?
100%. And I got to give a quick shout out to the ASL interpreters because I know there's no set interpretation for the slang and the play on words that's going on with these products. So however they're managing and doing it, kudos, because that's got to be so tough with this.
It probably doesn't help that we talk over each other. I constantly interrupt you. And just like in court, I guess they can only say one thing at a time.
The difference is we don't have a judge yelling at us because the court reporter's having a hard time.
We don't even have them yelling at us. So we're good. So let's go from candy to taglines from companies. So, just recently we've seen a couple companies sort of resurrect old taglines. And I talk about Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew just brought back Do the Do.
Yeah.
And that was their slogan that they ran with, and they sort of went away from it, and now they're back again. I'm not sure if it's a nostalgia thing or they just decided not to pay anyone creative to come up with something new and said, hey, this worked before, let's try it again. But just in the beverage world, Gatorade has also got is it in you? You're going to start seeing more ads with that in it, like we had before. Sprite, Obey Your Thirst, is coming back, and Fanta. This is one I'd never heard, but they're bringing back Want a Fanta.
You've never heard Want a Fanta?
I've never heard Want a Fanta. As a matter of fact, I was Mrs. Ari and I went to the store and we saw a Fanta display, and they had them in like I don't know what they are, the 20-ounce cans. It looks like a a different type of beverage, but it's just Fanta. I'm like, this is a big can. There's a lot of sugar in this thing.
It is, yeah.
But the only one that isn't coming back, the old one, was 7-Up. Make 7-Up yours.
They're not doing that one?
Because the 7-Up yours, it would just be epic. I think that would be great.
Beep.
Before they had Make 7-Up yours, their original slogan was 7-Up, no caffeine, never had it, never will. I've got one of those bottles. Well, my mom has that bottle in storage, one of their first bottles. So,
wow. I've never, in all my years, I've never caught that. That's
Make 7-Up yours.
Yeah. Punctuation is key.
Yes.
It is very, very key.
Karina, I think, wants to sing a song for us. She's saying, Want a Fanta, I believe, is a song.
Oh, do we need to send Karina a link real quick so she can come on and?
Well, Karina, if you're going to karaoke it, because we don't have any music to go with it, so it's going to be everything on your side. If you want to,
or a teleprompter.
Yeah, we've got nothing. You've got to know all the words, everything.
Oh, I like that. We've got a lot of food tonight. I noticed this morning when I got done with the notepad, and I went, "That's a lot of food." And then I thought, well, that's what half your day show and our podcast ends up turning into, anyways. So we went from the snacks to, I'm gonna skip this one and this one. And this one, I think I pulled. Oh, this one. This is not as appealing. Oh no, I like this one a lot. Actually, I'm gonna go back. How many weddings do you think you've been to?
Oh, weddings. I'm at the stage of life where I can say I've been to more weddings than funerals. So that's good. I like that. I'm not a big. Well, I used to be a wedding photographer, so I have to count some of those. I'd say less than 30.
Okay.
In my life, less than 30.
How many weddings have you attended where you actually got to partake in the festivities and the dinner aspects, or hors d'oeuvres or snacks or breakfast?
I'd put that about half that. I'd say about 15.
Okay. So this story is kind of funny to me because it's friends at the wedding party that they received their invitation, and among it says, "Do you wish for steak, fish, or chicken?" And you check, you and your plus one, what you prefer for your dinner and your meal. And they're friends of the party, and they know who they are, meaning the bride to be is also a professional chef, for the record. That makes the story even better. Ooh. Yes. So they're going, obviously she's not cooking, it's her special day, but she's going to hammer down on whoever's catering or bringing this food and whatnot. So the title of it is, "I attended the tackiest wedding. The penny pinching couple promised a real dinner." So it's dinner time, and they sit down, and there's a couple nuances to the story, which I think is really funny. And they're, I think the gal picked chicken and the gentleman chose fish. And they, Officer Brian in the house, wedding parties are the best. Dinner is served. They're not lying or embellishing. They legitimately were served instant ramen that came out of a cup and was put in a bowl. The instant ramen just.
So you got, they're like, I'm pretty sure I RSVP'd the lobster tail, and you gave me shrimp flavored ramen, which is close, but not the same.
That's what they did. And they gave them a small side of vegetables, and they said, to top it off, what they thought was even worse, it was BYOB. And this was a fancy wedding. It wasn't just like a, hey, let's do it in the front yard real quick, bring what you can and eat. And that happens. And that's cool. That's a thing for a lot of people. If you advertise it like that, people understand it and they get it. My wedding was very, very mellow and low key. but this was advertised as a 5-star wedding, and they got ramen. Then they found out, to boot, there was a separate dinner menu for select guests that ate afterwards elsewhere.
Oh,
So they gave ramen to these like 95% of
these are the
people and
people
friends.
we don't like, and these are the people we do like. Oh. This, first of all, that is terrible. That is terrible. There is no winning in that situation. But second of all, this hits really close to home because my son's getting married, and we went to him and said, "Look, we'll just give you the money, okay? Just skip all the festivities. We'll give you the money and save us the hassle of trying to set up wedding dinners and stuff on the other side of the country where we don't live."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Nope, we want to do all the things." They're like, "YOLO. This is the, this is the first time. It's the only time, usually we like to think that's forever." And so we have a wedding. We still haven't planned the venue right now. We have no venue. The number of guests they've told us are going to be there exceeds the capacity of any building that we can rent, aside from like an arena. And then, renting the arena and then bringing the food in, that's like doubles the cost. And we're just like, at this point, I'm saying bring a food truck, get in line, we'll pay the bill at the end. That's
hey, you're a tech guy. You get the one venue, and then over here you've got the overflow. For those that you don't care about, you set up the monitor so they can watch
you eat. Save
and while
money.
The important people are there live. Yeah, that goes
Help
over
yourself
great.
to the ramen over that's one of the things we still have on the. We tried to go with just a restaurant like Americana restaurant. Like Cracker Barrel. Said, "Hey, can we book a Cracker Barrel and just bring in?" I think we've got like 100 guests or something. Bring in 100 guests, and they're like, "No, we don't take reservations." I'm like, "Yeah, but there's 100. Okay, I mean, I know they say we don't take 4, but we'd like to bring your whole store, which during noon, noon on midweek, that your store is probably not going to be hopping. Okay, so can we work something out?" Nope.
Sorry,
we don't do anything.
Our business is good enough. We don't need it.
Oh, so yeah, I don't know what we're going to do there. I'm still pushing for the. I don't know. Food trucks is a good option.
Food truck's a great one. We had we didn't nowhere near 100 people by any means, but we had a 4th of July barbecue / pool party at our house we hosted. And previously I had cooked burgers and hot dogs for weekends leading up summertime. We love to host and have some people over. And I was feeling lazy. I'm not cooking this time. And local food truck, I sent them a message 2 days prior and said, "Hey, I'm going to have XYZ people. Can you either bring the food truck by or can I stop at where you're parked that day and pick up my order?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm going to be a mile down the road, posted up that day for lunch, but I'll pre-make your order that morning." And so I did. I went and got 60 some odd tacos from the food truck, brought home, and it was awesome. People loved it. When we're all done, you just threw away the foil stuff that came.
It's all disposable anyway.
Yeah, it was done. That's the way to go.
Tempting. It's tempting, but I would have thought that just starting out, especially a young kid. He's I don't want to get too much in his finances, but he's in college. Okay, so he is at the very beginning of the career path, meaning he doesn't have the job yet. Okay, so they're both in school, getting married, and starting out, they don't have much. I said, "Look, it would help, if we didn't have to feed all these people who didn't travel across the country, right? Who live there right now. They're coming from their house to eat lunch here, and then they're going to go back to their house. Okay, right. If we didn't have to do that, you guys could have some money to get going." And I haven't been able to sell it to him. So if anyone has any ideas on that, I'm still pushing that. It's no change out of our pocket. It's still the same as what we would have spent on the dinner anyway, or the luncheon.
Fair. But
the hassle is a big deal. It's a big deal for me.
True. So what we did is, first of all, ours was a little bit different. We got married in my wife's parents' backyard. We had 50 to 60 guests, I'd like to say. So not 100, but a decent amount. Mm-hmm. We did a brunch wedding. So we found a local gal who loves to do her own. She's her one-man show. So therefore she's more affordable, right? Because it's not a big giant thing. And we said it's a brunch. So we just want 3 to 4 brunch like finger food options. That's all we want for this many people. And she said, you got it. And she prepared everything, brought it over 2 hours before the show or to go on. It was plenty of food. It was just a quick finger food type thing. Because we didn't even put out chairs for people to sit for the ceremony. It was just, you just come and stand wherever the heck you want. We're getting married in front of this pool, and it's going to take us about 4 minutes. And that way,
I like that.
Yeah, we had them show up 30 minutes before the ceremony. Say hello to the people you want to, grab your finger foods and all you want. Ceremony starts. It took literally, I think, 5 minutes or less, and we were done. Finish your finger foods, say hi to more people. You can still hang out or just leave. Yeah. And it was so easy. It was very affordable. Our whole plan to do that was to keep stress away from guests.
Yeah,
and it worked out. We loved it. If I were to get married again, I would do the same thing. No, I'm just kidding.
I got married during COVID. All the money we got back paid for our new hardwood floor.
That's winning. Well done.
Yep. That's nice. Why not give them the money and then let them arrange? I wish. Apparently, Kate, he's told me that I'm supposed to be in charge of like a bachelor party. Guess what? I never had one. Like when I got married, bachelor party for me was I think I stayed up late that night worried about making sure my shirt was clean. That was my bachelor party. I'm like, I'm first of all, I don't know how to throw a bachelor party.
Fair.
And if I did, I'm not interested in throwing anyone. Okay, because what is it? One last chance to get in trouble before you get married, and your wife will hate you for the next 4 years or something. No, we're not gonna go down that road. So I don't know. Maybe I'm already burning bridges with the in-laws, I guess, because I'm not conforming to societal norms when it comes to this sort of thing.
No, I'm with you. My bachelor party was 2 weeks prior to the wedding, and I played a round of golf at 10 in the morning on a Saturday with 4 of my closest friends. And that's what I do every Saturday. So
it's something like that. We can go out to the pitch and putt or mini golf. I mean, that's doable.
Yeah.
Paul says, I got it. What you do is tell him it's either X amount of food or X amount to spend on his honeymoon, his choice. We've told him that. And he's like, we want the food.
Food is the biggest money waster ever. I mean,
he's not even eating it. It goes to a bunch of people he probably doesn't know.
This is true. Tell him ramen.
Ramen it is.
Don't watch the show. Oh.
Then we're going to need like 6 cases of ramen.
$4.
Order on Amazon. Anyway, I don't know why we got off the.
I don't know. But speaking of food, they could go this route. There's a country that has approved, what is it, 16, 20? I forget what it is. It's 16 insects that you can import for consumption. So maybe if I don't know if your son watches this show.
Yum.
But this might be an option.
Just like grandma makes them.
Mm-hmm. So this is, let's see, I believe it's in Singapore. And the title, I love this. It's not actually the title. It's how they kick off the article, but it just says, it's the other Grubhub.
It's like from Lion King, where he's holding up the grub.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that is a great tagline.
Great. And in fact, I don't know who it is.
There's a lawsuit as well, but
shout out to the author of this article. You know who you are because it's your tagline is dynamite. But the Western honeybee, European honeybee / is now approved in Singapore. The silkworm / silk moth, obviously as they transform. And this, I feel bad for this poor bug, the lesser wax moth. So the greater wax moth is not approved, but the lesser moth is approved for consumption. I take that back. The honeycomb moth / greater wax moth is now approved as well.
All right.
Both moths.
Good. That's what I was hoping. That's what I was thinking. What about that greater moth soup?
Yeah, the greater one would be good. The giant rhino beetle grub.
I've got a story I can share that is not. It will stick with me for the rest of my life, and for years I could not eat chicken and biscuit crackers because of this incident. I'm just now getting back to being able to eat them. Okay, which they're not healthy at all. But I was in my room reading a book. I think I was reading David Eddings' Pawn of Prophecy. Great fantasy book for anyone who likes books like that. Roach. There it is. I'll turn the sound up for you. I was reading this book and I was eating crackers out of a box, like just stick my hand in the crackers like a heathen, don't dumping them out and eat them. I was just grabbing handfuls and eating, and I'm reading, and I picked one up that had a bug on it.
Shame on you, sir.
Yes, it had what we called a June bug or a box elder bug.
Yeah. Wife's terrified of those.
And I got probably like 3 chews into that bug. And it was, yeah.
Those are very active, fired up bugs too, by the way. So
there's a reason they're not on the approved list. They do not taste good at all. I can't imagine. I've seen people eat like fried grasshoppers and things, and they're like, yum, get stuck in your teeth. But yeah, no. That I still have nightmares about. I look at a cracker.
Sent me a video
both sides.
of roaches fighting. I don't know who won.
There you go. There it worked. Anyway, so yeah, I don't think I could do the whole Grubhub too.
So to boot, you've got a white grub mealworm, the lesser mealworm, super worm beetle / giant mealworm beetle / king mealworm.
That's on the menu. That thing's going to take like 2 pages.
100%. The grasshopper, American desert locust, the African migratory locust, black-field cricket, 2-spotted cricket, common field cricket, banded cricket, and this one gives me the heebie-jeebies. Rounding out the list of approval is the house cricket. Like
those are the long-legged, like we call them cave crickets.
Yeah,
they live in the dark.
I don't even know.
Oh.
I regret putting that one on the show. I apologize, chat, and everyone that is listed.
I'd agree that everything you just said is one of the most horrible things I've ever heard.
There you go.
Yes.
We'll have to do something other than food next, because I can't just transition from bugs to food.
You can though. We've got one. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I guess in between bugs and food, Panda Express, one of my favorite establishments, which I hope never goes out of business, is adding something back on the menu due to popular outcry or popular demand. I'm not sure what it was.
Back on the menu. I'm trying to think what they took off.
In limited stores. It was always been limited. But they had organic, like Beyond Meat chicken in orange chicken.
Oh.
So now you can get your plant-based orange chicken at Panda Express.
I'm excited.
I don't think I'll try it. Why mess with something that's good? Plus, I never get that anymore. It's all honey walnut shrimp. And until they find a way to grow organic shrimp, I'm not changing. Beyond shrimp.
Yeah, no, I can't. I don't know.
Ranch flavored chicken and biscuits. The best thing about chicken and biscuit is every time you eat it, first of all, there's guilt in every bite, because you know that this is not good for me. Okay. There's so much flavor and salt and everything else. You know that this is just I'm taking years off my life with each bite, right? That's
yes.
It tastes so good. But ranch flavored, I will have to give those a try. Because I've done chicken and biscuit dipped in ranch dressing, which is just like a flavor overload. Flavor overload. It's just whew.
Yeah, I don't think I've done that. Oh, so not on the list and not relevant, but we can bring it up. I think, was it last week we discussed Texas Roadhouse and the couple that was trying to go to every location? Mm-hmm. So this news actually came out last week, or maybe even the week before, but the rolls that Texas Roadhouse serves, they are now going to distribute, and you can buy them at Walmart. It's coming soon.
Are like Hawaiian King Hawaiian rolls? No,
they don't have that sweet flavor to them. What's funny to me, I think they're just a pretty basic roll. They
Just a
taste
dinner roll.
great. Yeah, it's just a basic dinner roll. Tastes great. They're known for their cinnamon butter that you put on the roll. That's what makes their roll so good.
That
So
is
I don't
good.
know if they're going to change it up or there's going to be a little packet of, frozen cinnamon butter with your rolls or how they're going to do that. But that's what makes Roadhouse rolls good.
What's the right way to eat that? I mean, I've always thought the rolls were a finger food, right? And anytime you're like cutting it open and buttering and stuff, no, that's like for the British. The British, then when they have their tea, they cut their roll and butter the. I'm more like a, but once it comes to the butter situation, is it okay to just dip your or graze the butter patty with the piece? You're looking at me like this is not okay.
No, I'm thinking I'm about to agree with you for what you're saying. I just rip a chunk off now, depending on the dinner party and who's there and how many ramekins of butter you have.
Ramekins. That was the key word from a week or two back.
Hence the pause. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on the situation, yeah, I take the roll, rip off a chunk, and you just smother it like you're dipping in ranch, but you're dipping into the nice warm butter. I'm not getting the butter knife out and spreading it gently if it's my wife and I, because that's you just getting after it with the butter and the roll. And it makes it easier to eat because you're tearing off that chunk instead of having to. Anyways, I don't know how we go here.
My third oldest son is a Hawaiian King roll. Is that Hawaiian King roll or King Hawaiian rolls? I'm not sure. Whichever ones. Those three words go together on the package.
Yeah, they're amazing.
He will get a package of those from Sam's Club, which are the 2 layers deep. I think 24 in a row.
Yeah.
He will eat an entire package, just like all of them. He's just like, he just it's like he breathes bread. The kid, and he's as skinny as a bean. He's going to be taller than me. He's growing like an inch a year or inch a week right now. So he's growing like crazy, but the kid's just straight bread. Nothing.
Breeze bread and bleeds carbs.
Yes.
That's all achievement at Christmas.
So we always have to get those rolls. If there's ever something, he just barely discovered like meat. Like he hates the texture of meat. Like the flavor is okay, but he hates the texture of meat. And he went on a camp out trip a week or two back, and there weren't rolls. So basically, it's either you eat the food we made or you don't eat. Those are your options. And he liked it. He tried it. He liked it. I'm like, I've tried for years and I couldn't get him to do it. Of course, I had the option of the rolls as a standby. But
fair.
Consume as many as possible, then regret the last part of your steak.
Yep. Hit the nail on the head there. Absolutely. Oh, I've never tried this, Officer Brian. Make killer French toast using Hawaiian rolls. I've done Texas toast and I've tried all sorts of different types of breads. I've never made French toast with Hawaiian rolls before. I'm going to try that.
Or sliders.
I've done sliders. That's like the only way to make a slider, Judy. I 100% agree. They're the best for sliders.
I'm more the dollar rolls, the little round, little firmer rolls that you get at Sam's Club.
Really?
Because the sweetness of the Hawaiian rolls ruins the slider for me. I can't have like lunch meat and sweet bread.
What about pretzel bun rolls?
I've never had a pretzel bun.
Hold the fort for 20 seconds.
I'm in trouble again. While Thomas is on this slight siesta, I think he's getting a pretzel bun. I've never had a pretzel bun. I know what they are. I've seen them. They're like a hamburger bun where somebody did crisscross, like cut marks, and then they like burnt the top of the roll, so it's really crusty and hard. I don't know if there's salt on them or not, but they just don't look appealing. And I'm not sure if the bread is different, but I've never tried it. I hear him coming back. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. We're good. I have to watch on replay.
I just paused the stream on my YouTube app so I can just come back. That's You've never had pretzel bun?
No.
So these are for some bratwurst that I bought.
They do pretzel. I thought they were hamburger. Whoa. Okay, I see it's sesame seed. Is it salted on the top?
No.
Is it different bread? Is it like sourdough bread or?
Not sourdough, no. It's pretzel bread. Don't ask me how to make a pretzel. You got to do it.
Does it taste like a pretzel?
Yeah.
Yuck. It would ruin the hot dog.
Oh, first of all, you can't ruin a hot dog. The hot dog ruins
I'm
itself.
saying it's
Hot dog's done. Yeah. You've never had it? They make slider buns, hamburger buns.
I've seen them at the store. I thought they were hamburger buns only. I didn't know they made them in hot dogs.
6 brioche pretzel rolls.
Brioche.
What's the expiration date? Oh, I'm good. I've got
pretzels are good forever, so they should never expire.
The frozen ones. They're amazing. See? Tammy knows. Or no Sonic hot dogs on pretzel bun. Oh, okay. See, Tammy says they're so good. Let's see. This just in for my brother. Pretzel buns are bomb with the bomb emoji. So, yeah, you've got.
He's going to blow them up. One of the two.
I
would read that differently. So.
You've got to try it.
Okay, I can put that on the list. I'll try a pretzel bun.
Kiss me, Thomas. You just handle that, put it back in the bag with. Yes, because they're mine. They're for me. My daughter, my wife doesn't eat them. They're just mine. So,
why don't they eat them?
My wife only eats deli sandwiches kind of once in a while. Does not do hot dogs or anything like that. And my daughter, I hide them from her. So
I was wondering if maybe it was a 2-to-1 of who likes them and who didn't in your household.
Yes, they're hidden.
Brioche equals butter. Is that what makes that's probably why the top's dark. If they baste it in butter, it will darken the top of the roll.
There's your piggyback comment. Wait, isn't pretzel brioche? According to Saint Pierre brand, no, 6 brioche pretzel rolls can be the same thing. Deliciously soft with a touch of sweetness in their pre-cut. Made in France.
Made in France and then shipped here.
They don't even put bratwurst. They make a nice deli sandwich out of the thing.
Oh, that's like a that is a deli. I was thinking it was going to be like a Philly cheesesteak. Do you think it would work with a Philly cheese?
100%. I did that kind of. I had some leftover carne asada, so I chopped it up and I melted some American cheese on top of it and put it in one of these. It was awesome.
Well, okay, I'll add that to the list. I will give it a try. I think I still have a couple items on the list I haven't done from before. I was hoping everyone forgets about. Can we go from bread to potatoes?
Carbs to carbs. Why not?
You guys know Toy Story, right?
Oh, there's a snake in my boot.
Okay, Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Mr. Potato Head was the first toy advertised on American television.
I saw this. Yes. It's awesome.
Way back then, it was very, very, very different. You had to bring your own potato. They only sold the facial features. So the guy that manufactured it, he struggled trying to get people to sell this. They're like, no, that's not going to fly. No one's going to want this. And eventually he partnered up with a cereal company, and the cereal company was, first he partnered with a toy maker. Their name was Hassenfield Brothers, which they shortened later to Hasbro. But they finally agreed to make the parts, but it was like a little package, and you open it up and it has all the little facial features, just little tiny plastic pieces. Major choking hazard. Okay. This is
of course.
Yes. But you brought your own potato, and I don't know if you've ever cut a potato open. Wow. Mr. Potato Head was my mom's nickname for my ex-fiance. Once you poke a hole in the potato starts going bad pretty quickly. Just
100%. Yes.
And there's even some not so safe, diseases that can grow on potatoes and things like that. And so getting kids to do that was probably not the smartest method, but eventually, once they sort of got some regulations, some guidelines, and I guess some lawsuits, they decided to start shipping the plastic potato head with it. And they also increased the size of all the that's why it has huge lips and huge eyes. So it's not a choking head anymore. Chad Daybell.
That's really cool. I had no idea. So just about everyone probably played with a Mr. Potato Head, but I had no idea it started out with just the accessories, and you, like Adam had said earlier, bring your own potato.
Yeah, way back in the
I know.
1940s.
No wonder I didn't know, but I didn't even know about it or hear about it. But that's actually really interesting.
98 cents. 98 cents was all it took to buy the original Mr. Potato Head kit, which I guess is a pretty good price. Today's price, it would be around $12.
Yeah, do they still sell it? Oh, here
No.
you can get a whole family at Kohl's. Potato Head Super Spud. It comes with Mr. Mrs. It looks like a child and a pet and all the accessories. $39.99.
You could get 30 facial features and accessories for 98 cents back in the day. But
There's
if you
a
had
lot
your
of
own
options.
potato.
Interesting. My daughter, you know what's funny? My daughter's in that age range where she's probably never heard of Mr. Potato Head, but it's funny because she loves baked potatoes. So I think I'll try to find some accessories and put them on a potato before dinner one night. Do a little history lesson on Mr. Potato Head.
Do it. I wonder if it's, I mean, you could get them to stick on baked potato. You could cook it first and then plug them in. Is the pet a tater tot?
That'd be a cooked.
Hey, Mrs.
potato.
R.A., I just saw who sent the text. I'm like, how are you doing? I'm awake. I'm still awake. Yes, alive and kicking.
He's still here.
I have to say, can I give a shout out to my wife? She's absolutely amazing. We got about an inch of rain in about 10 minutes this afternoon. And it was the 10 minutes that started, I think, when Mrs. R.A. opened the door of the car at the grocery store to run in to get something for me as I lay down on a pillow, resting at home. And she just got completely drenched. But I've been having problems with my throat. And so she wanted something to soothe my throat. And she went big and got bags and bags of cough drops. So I have about a 3-day supply because I go through these
3 days.
It's like a single serving bag, each one, 180 drops, right? That's a day's worth.
No, it's not a jar of pickles. Medicine. It's
My son just saw them. He's like, "Can I have one?" Yeah. No, she got three bags of cough drops and one of the vitamin D. If you had the vitamin D drops that have the citrus flavors, that is so good. Even the knockoff brand, the Walgreens brand, is great. Halls or Walgreens, and they are like candy. Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
Lenovo, home run. I could eat those like candy. I used to eat them like candy when I was a kid. 100%. They're the best.
Eat them for days. Anyway, so Mrs. R.A. Came back completely drenched, having got those for me. So thank you, Mrs. R.A. That was incredibly sweet, and she loves me. What can I say?
She does. I love it. Quick update from you, Ari. When do you leave for your big trip? Because we all know you're traveling from the East Coast out towards the West.
I don't know when. I think it's going to be very early in August. Like if it's not August 1st, it's going to be August 2nd or August 3rd. I don't know when exactly we leave.
We're going to be traveling the same time. I leave August 1st with my father-in-law. We're heading up to southwestern Colorado to meet with my brother-in-law and my 2 nephews to do not the rock climbing in trucks and Jeeps, like the extreme that people see, but it's like trail crawling, more or less. It's kind of scenic, but it's not
Around Grand Junction?
No, way further
Montrose?
southwest.
Southwest. Oh, so down in the corner.
Close to, yeah.
Okay.
But I've seen it. I've seen videos. I know it's a thing. The family really wanted to do it, put it together. So it's a guy's trip. And so, yeah, we leave Texas on the 1st to head to Colorado. We'll get there that night and we'll stay there for the weekend and come back on the 4th. So we'll be on the road at the same time.
So are you going to be in the vehicles or are you watching some of the competition?
No, we're in them. So my father-in-law has a Jeep, so we will trailer that up there. And my brother-in-law has a truck that's outfitted for that as well. It's like I said, it's not extreme where the wheels get crazy almost off the ground. It's a little bit above a touristy thing, doing it in your own. You have to kind of know what you're doing and do it. And you take it slow. But the views and whatnot where you go is cool because there's not tons of people up there. It's not all developed and whatnot. So I speak on it like I know what I'm talking about because I have to call my brother-in-law this week and say, hey, what am I in for? I've never done this before. But
I can give you some advice because I actually filmed some of this for Maverick. Maverick did a reality show. Maverick is a gas station out west.
Okay.
And they did a reality show where they would take just the average person and put them in like a crazy scenario. And on one of the days that we filmed, they did these rock crawling things where it was one of those just tricked out, custom machines that can, the front tire can reach back and touch the back tire. And it's flexible in ways that cars should not be flexible.
Right.
And I'm looking at this thing, and it's like, it's massive. And it was like, wow, this thing's incredible. And they start it and it just crawls and it just climbs the mountain. It grips the rock just incredibly. 2 bits of advice. Wear your seatbelt.
Yes.
And keep your hands in at all times. When you roll, don't stick your arms and legs out. Just tuck and roll and wait till it stops, then climb out and everything's going to be fine.
Fair. So we should not be in any sort of situation where we are going to roll. If we do, it's because we went off the side of the mountain and we're toast anyways type scenario. So these are these backwood trails where you just kind of go. But so anyways, yeah, we'll be traveling. So note in the calendars, no podcast Thursday, August 1st, because we will be on the road and traveling. It'd be kind of fun to try to do something from the road one of those couple days together, but we'll see because we never know what happens.
Yeah, we'll give it a try. I didn't know if Mrs. R8 replied with when we're leaving because I'd like to know when we're leaving so I can plan it as well. But she has a calendar. Let me out her a little bit. She started making here it is. She's not mentioning this, but she makes calendars. She hand makes calendars. She gets these little books that are just blank pages, and she starts drawing the squares and the boxes, and she fills it all in. It's all written by hand, and so it's custom calendars with artwork and stickers and shading and colors and everything. And so she makes this book just beautifully, and then she actually uses it. So it's really cool.
she uses it.
Yeah, but I mean, oftentimes you go to the store, it's like, well, you can get a calendar that looks like this, or you can get one like this. Which one do you want? She makes the calendar the way she needs it. And so it's got the pages in there with the checklist that, for what so we've got the whole trip planned out with stickers and colors and pages and areas for, show keeping and everything. And she does just an amazing job. I think she should do it on YouTube and just show her artwork, but she's shy and it looks really good. So.
You say she's shy, but she's got the Homeschool Ground Zero channel and does an amazing job.
I think she's shy about her artwork. She's really able to share quite a bit about school. She's done that for a long time, comfortable sharing that. But
fair, okay.
Sorry, I'm reading a couple of messages here.
Let's see, what do we got? Oops, go back to new, boot that one. There we go.
Oh, I've got to do a couple of these ones. I missed these.
She's not shy.
She's not shy. Lenovo gifted a membership first thing on the beginning of the show. Also, Kiss Me a Cow says member for 13 months. Thank you for allowing Ada K to stream the podcast. I can watch the ASL interpretation with her on TV and still chat in here with your channel. Way to go.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. Kiss Me a Cow. Charlie Raven gave a super chat that says one of the most expensive weddings just occurred in India. $600 million, which is
wow,
a lot of money to everybody except for the people who paid for that wedding. I think that was just a drop in the bucket for them.
100%.
That's a ton. Crazy Cat Queen, thank you very much. I love this idea. I think I should screenshot this and just print it and send it to my son. And also, if we're talking societal norms, your future in-laws are supposed to be arranging the wedding and paying for it, by the way. I think they are. But there's just a couple items that we took, and we're doing the wedding luncheon. That's it. So
okay,
we did sort of luck out on the whole. I think they're taking a big portion of the bill. But.
Luck out. You just figured it out. You lucked out. You do a potluck.
Oh, bring your own food for someone to share. I like it.
A potluck.
Potluck.
You lucked out. Nailed it. Done.
I still, the organization, it's a nightmare for me because we're across the country. We don't know anybody there. Okay. So we don't know the place. We don't know, anything, and we're showing up and supposed to feed all the people who live there. I'm like, this was poor planning on somebody's part. But anyway, I guess I'm just gonna say, Mr. A, you got this one. Good luck. So, I think I'll have to help her with that a little bit.
You got the medicine. Are they a young couple getting married?
Yeah, they're getting married early September. So I'll be coming back right after. I think a couple days after they get married, we're driving across the country. Well, I'm not sure which route we're going to go.
No. Their age. Are they a young couple getting married?
My oldest, so mid-20s.
Okay.
Pretty young.
I hate when they say age is just a number. It's clearly a word.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone who joined us here in the podcast tonight. Had some great comments, great ideas as well. I have to now eat a pretzel bun. Yeah. Do you just eat the bun? Can you get the full experience? Or do I have to do the whole hot dog or a hamburger?
Get a dog or a burger or some deli meat, something. Yes.
It's not like a Hawaiian roll where you can just eat the bun.
No, Junior RA, it's not.
I just need to know the ground rules before I move on. So.
Get something to throw in there and enjoy the pretzel bun. But Scott, thanks for sticking it out. I know you don't feel the greatest and you're running on almost no sleep. So thanks for being here and hanging out, and everyone in chat that stuck along with us as we went live at 8 o'clock ish once again.
I was so tired. I could not remember what time the podcast was tonight. And I posted it for 8, and then somebody said 7. I'm like, oh, that's right. It must be at 7. I posted it for 7. No, it's 8. Back to 8 it goes. My brain is just not firing tonight. Right? So a couple more hours of sleep tonight. We're going to sort of try to burn through the entire trial tomorrow. We're going to speed trial the rest of the trial we started today. So we're going to pick up from lunchtime and move on. That's what we call it, the mustard murder trial.
Yes, indeed.
Got a thumbnail for that one as well. So we'll try maybe 8:30 if I can kick Mrs. Ari out of the exercise room and start then. So
yeah, kick her out. We'll see about that. Chat, Scott, thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the morning.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you.